Hi, friends. It's Monday, and as you know, I love to hop on here for just a minute and chat about some mental health Monday thoughts for you. Today, I posted a little thing that says feelings aren't facts, and so I just wanted to talk briefly about that. I had a busy day, so I didn't get to it this morning, but I wanted to just hop on and make sure that I just had a chance to come on and share that. Oh, you want to see the belly? It's right here. It's here. Oh my gosh, yes. 31 weeks this week, so it's getting big. I am not one of those people that barely looks pregnant. I am very pregnant and I feel very pregnant. But anyway, I am just excited to join you and just chat about this for a minute, because as I have dealt with my mental health issues for a really long time, it's the feelings, really, that have been the most overwhelming piece of the mental health issues. I have let my feelings totally take over. And so I'm talking like whatever feeling I was having, it felt really extreme. It felt really overwhelming. It felt uninvited. So when I was depressed, I would feel really lonely, really sad, really dark. And just other times I might just feel really overwhelmed, or I might feel really mad or really frustrated, or whatever it is, whatever the feeling is, I would let my feelings boss me around, basically. And that just is not really a fun way to live because feelings can feel so, feelings can feel really powerful, and they are really powerful. And so I spent a lot of time trying to just figure out what I was supposed to do, because my feelings were a certain way. I didn't think that they were a choice. I didn't think I had any say over what my feelings were. And so it was like, okay, I have all my feelings now, and what the heck am I supposed to do with them? Whatever these feelings are, I'm feeling really irritated, I'm feeling really annoyed, I'm feeling whatever it is. And now what do I do? Because I obviously I'm feeling them. Isn't it amazing how those are the things so easy to believe, whether or not they're true? So what I wrote in my post today was that feelings aren't facts. And it's really hard to write that because I love my feelings and I feel deeply. I'm someone that's very sensitive. For better or for worse, my feelings are a blessing to me in a lot of ways because I feel for other people. I'm a pretty compassionate person, but it also means that when I feel something, I feel it deeply and it's strong, and it can really change my day. Like, I can be having a great day and then something happens. I get that feeling and it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, so number one is that the feelings don't just come up. The feelings aren't just coming out of nowhere. They're coming from a thought. And understanding this has come from years of therapy, from lots of different mentors that I've had, lots of books that I've read, and it's not something that I have wanted to believe because I have wanted to be a victim at times. I know it sounds crazy that anyone would want to be a victim, but when you're not a victim, you have to take charge. of your life and of your feelings. And who wants to do that? It's hard, okay? So it's okay to have different feelings, but just know that they are coming from your thoughts. So if I'm feeling overwhelmed, for example, overwhelm is a feeling that I used to just indulge in all the time. I'm so overwhelmed, and I would let it paralyze me and cripple me, and I wouldn't get anything done, and I would just let it totally take over. And now I recognize that I must be having a thought that's causing me to feel that feeling. So I have to get over the thought and figure out what the thought is, or come up with a new thought so that I can get through that feeling. Does that make sense? So that is a huge one for me, feeling overwhelmed. I just feel so overwhelmed, or I just feel so stressed. Those aren't just coming from nowhere. Feeling overwhelmed or feeling stressed is coming from a thought. So we just have to get back to what is the thought that's causing you to feel that way, and understand that thought is a choice. Can be a choice. If you're really deep into depression and you're really in that stinky place, this can be a hard thing to hear, because it's like, no, I'm not choosing any of this, and I just want to give you a big hug and say I love you. Because when I was in that place, if someone told me, oh, it's a choice, and the thought, like, I would have been like, yeah, I just need someone to make me dinner, actually, and help me get out of bed. So if you're in that place, don't feel bad about anything that I'm saying. But if you are in a place where you're like, you know what, I'm just having these feelings and I don't always need them to be around, and I feel like I can do this thought work. I feel like I can think about, where are they coming from? What's the thought that's causing this? And just being aware. Being aware is the very first step. Just being aware of the fact that the feelings aren't truth. Especially when it has to do with someone else. Like, I feel like you're mad at me. Okay. I feel like you don't want me to do that. Okay. There may be some truth to it, but the feelings aren't facts. So if I'm feeling sad because someone did something, that doesn't necessarily mean that that is truth, just because I have a feeling about it. So for me, honestly, you guys, the first step is just separating those two things, myself from the feelings, truth from the feelings, because it just is like, okay, it's okay that I'm feeling really sad, and I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to allow it. But I'm also going to recognize that it may not be super rational. It may not be like the truth of my life, that this is real and how I'm supposed to feel right now. For example, like I was talking about feeling overwhelmed. If I can get back to the thought that's causing me to feel overwhelmed, like I have to do such and such and such, list my 10 things that I have to do. And then I tell myself, I don't have to do anything. Did you know that? You don't have to do anything. You can choose. You can choose what you want to do. And then I change my thought or I pick a new thought from, I have to do all these things or else I'm going to die. I mean, that's really the thought that's happening subconsciously, is I think my world's going to end if I don't get this certain list done. Instead of saying, I get to choose what I want to do, and today I'm going to choose to do this, and I can do that. And if it doesn't get done, it's not the end of the world. So, there's just some different things, different ways to approach the feelings, but just know that if you're feeling something that you don't love, a really strong feeling or whatever it might be, It's okay to be aware of the fact that it's not a fact, it's not a life sentence, that you can try to figure out what thought is causing it. And you can also just allow it. I mean, half of the time we're going to feel negative emotion. That's part of life. And just allowing it to be and releasing it is huge. And just saying, you know what, right now I'm feeling a lot of anxiety. Now, I may know that the anxiety is coming from a thought. Does that make the anxiety go away immediately? No, but it helps me to get a little bit of distance away from the anxiety, to understand that it's not a fact, it's not attacking me without my permission. Like, it's a thought that I've got some thought somewhere that's causing it, and sometimes I never figure out what the thought is, but just knowing, like, you know what, this anxiety that I'm feeling, it's a feeling, it's terrible, but I'm just going to allow it. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to feel like a bad person because of it. I'm just going to say, oh, here's that feeling. Or here's that overwhelmed feeling. It's coming from a thought. I'm not sure what that thought is right now, but I'm just going to let myself feel this kind of discomfort for a minute, sit in the tension for a minute, or longer than a minute, but let it pass. And sometimes it's all it takes, and then it feels so much better. So anyway, for any of you who are just kind of feeling overwhelmed with feelings, I get you. I have been there, and I'm still struggle with it on a regular basis. But now I feel like I have a little bit more tools to be able to say, at least I am aware that this doesn't have to feel like truth, that this doesn't have to feel like my life's over because I feel this way, and that I don't have to let these feelings boss me around and make me feel like I'm going to feel this way forever. So those are just my quick thoughts for you today for Mental Health Monday. I just want to tell you that if you're feeling crazy, or if you just are going through a tough time right now, I have been there many times, and you're not alone. I can tell you for sure that you're not alone, and that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that things will get better. And it's just so hard, but I just want you to know that that's my most important thing whenever I get on here, is for anyone who might be struggling to know that they aren't alone, and to not give up, because it's worth figuring out, because the joy and the freedom on the other side of it is so worth it, and it takes a lot of work. But that's why I'm here. And I know that I do hand lettering. Hand lettering's been like a way for me to kind of just work through some of my mental health issues, and just have a way, like a creative outlet. But then I just also have felt really strongly that I need to share about my mental health journey. And so that's what I come on here every Monday to do. And I hope that it even encourages one person that it's worth it for me, because I've been there, and I want you to know that I feel you, and you are for sure not alone. So thank you so much for being here, you guys. I'm going to go back and write a little bit more on my last post, but if you'll go back to that, it says feelings aren't facts. Just leave some hearts or a comment or something, so that other friends who are struggling will know that they are not alone. That always helps people, and it might encourage them to watch this live or whatever. But just head back to that post and leave some emojis or just something, so that our other friends there know they're not alone, okay? Because we are all in this together. The feelings, the struggling, whatever it is, I promise. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye.